Today we have the ultimate showdown for who has the best cookie. Is it Crumbl? Is it Insomnia? Both sides have their die-hard fans and they're not shy to share their opinion about what they think is best. But which one really is best? Well, we're gonna dig into these cookies and find out for ourselves just to settle this once and for all. Now, we're gonna rate these cookies on a variety of different standards. We're gonna take a look at overall store experience. We're gonna look at the variety they have to offer, the overall value, and of course, the most important, which one tastes better. Let's start with the store experience. Now, both of these stores were very close to each other. They're both about the same size, relatively small. Now, we'll start with Insomnia. Now, Insomnia, when you walk in, it's dark. It has a bit of a cramped ambiance. They have some hip music on that probably caters to the younger generation. It's very closed. You kind of feel trapped a little bit in there. It's just not an open space. Like I said, it's dark. I didn't even see employees in there. They kind of came out from the back. Insomnia kind of fits the title of it. I just didn't feel a warm welcome feeling in there. It just kind of felt a little bit like a dungeon, and maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe some people like that. The experience of the store in Crumbl is literally night and day difference. It's open, it's bright, it's warm. You can see tons of employees. They're warm and welcome and greet you immediately. Not like Insomnia at all. Very, very different. Now, the actual smell in the store, Insomnia, you did have that kind of bakery smell, but it was really the same as any other cookie place I've been to. You could have walked into a grocery store bakery and it's not much different. Smells great. But again, it's nowhere near that kind of euphoric smell when you walk into Crumbl. That cookie smell and baking smell is unparalleled. Never experienced anything like that in any location. So to me, overall store experience by far is going to go to Crumbl cookie. Next, we're going to talk about variety. Now, Insomnia cookies, they have roughly about a half a dozen or so cookies on their classic cookie menu, whereas Crumbl cookie pretty much has 2. And then they also have their deluxe cookies, which again, there's roughly about a half a dozen of those as well. They're just kind of the bigger type cookies. Now, Crumbl will have about 4 cookies that rotate weekly, so you really have about 6 cookies to choose from. They do kind of have their cream or ice cream, but there's not a whole lot of it there. Insomnia is going to offer brownies. They're going to have ice cream, and I do believe they have a few other things as well. There's certainly a lot more to choose from if we're just sticking with cookies. They do have about a dozen cookies that are staples there that you can get, where Crumbl, if you're looking for something consistent, there's really only 2 cookies that stay, and that's your chocolate chip and their pink sugar cookie, and then their rotating menu. So when it comes to variety, you have a lot more to choose from in Insomnia. So Insomnia is going to get the victory there. Next, we're going to move on to value. You always hear about people complaining about the price of cookies, and I especially hear it in the Crumbl world. Let's take a look at these cookies. They're probably 2 most classic packs that they sell, and these are virtually identical in price. They're 6-pack cookies, classic cookies over at Insomnia. It's going to come to about $15 or so after taxes. The 4-pack of Crumbl cookies is going to come out to about $16, so it's about $1 more expensive. But if we're going to look at what we're actually getting, you have 6 cookies versus 6. But if you want to see the size difference and the weight difference, the camera's not going to do it justice. So let's do a little math here for you. These cookies here equate to about 1,500 calories. These cookies here equate to about 3,000 calories. You do the math. When we're talking about overall value for what you get for your money, Crumbl absolutely destroys Insomnia cookie. As a matter of fact, Insomnia is about twice as expensive. So one thing where Insomnia kind of has A little advantage is if you're just going in there and looking to spend a couple bucks on a tiny little cookie, you can get a cookie for $2.50 at Crumbl or at Insomnia, where Crumbl, the least expensive cookie, is really going to cost you $4.50. Certainly it's much bigger, and you get a lot more bang for your buck for it, but they don't have that cheaper item on the menu. But overall value is concerned, overwhelmingly, victory is going to go to Crumbl. Now, all that's fine and good, but at the end of the day, who cares about all that? Which one tastes better? I mean, let's be serious. So, that's what you're here for, and so I got me some whole milk. Now, I got some of the classics here. I got some chocolate chip cookies, oatmeal raisin, and white chocolate macadamia from Insomnia. And of course, I had to go with the classic chocolate chip from Crumbl. I also have one of their specialty, or one of their rotating cookies, Mom's Recipe, which is kind of like an oatmeal to kind of compare to Insomnia's oatmeal as well. And I got the lemon cheesecake. So we're gonna try these out. I got a knife to kind of cut these because I'm not gonna eat all the cookies this time, even though you guys probably want me to. So, all right, let us figure this enigma out. I cannot wait to try this. All right, this is Insomnia's classic chocolate chip cookie. Here we go. Pretty thin, pretty small. All right, let's do this. All right, that tastes like a very traditional chocolate chip cookie. Milk chocolate chips are great. The cookie dough flavor is good. I mean, it's a great cookie. Nothing wild about it. They bring it to you warm, which is nice. Good chocolate chip cookie. All right, let's cleanse the palate. We are not going to do the entire chocolate chip cookie from Crumbl, because they are basically 3 times the size of Insomnia. So I'll behave myself and do half. Whoop, well, there we go. This half is larger than that entire cookie, and this thing is much thicker and heftier, also warm. Now, let's see the difference here. They're very different cookies, for sure. I have to say, Crumbl's chocolate chip cookies are quite unique. They don't taste like your average run-of-the-mill chocolate chip cookie. This cookie here, you have a Mrs. Fields cookie, or say someone is baking some homemade fresh chocolate chip cookies. That's what this tastes like. You've had one, you've had a million of them. I mean, yeah, they have different degrees of sweetness and quality, and this is done really, really well, but they really taste, for the most part, pretty similar. This tastes nothing like any of those. Not at all. Let me have another bite here just to make sure I have this right. Crumbl cookie is definitely unique. There's something, it's hard to describe. I mean, I guess if anything, they taste like they're underdone or undercooked, but in a really good way. That gives it that unique flavor. I definitely can see how it could be a preference. I think some people may like that, some people may not. For me, the Crumbl chocolate chip cookie blows this away. Again, it's not even close. This is good, but it tastes pretty much like every other chocolate chip cookie of good quality that I've had. Nothing unique about it. I don't think I could tell the difference between what it is. If I eat that cookie and close my eyes and someone would have to quiz me and say, where's that from? Holy smokes, it could be from 100 different places. I eat this chocolate chip cookie, blindfolded, I guarantee you, I can identify it as Crumbl and only Crumbl. It is unique. It's so flavorful. To me, easily the best chocolate chip cookie I've ever had. So yeah, that chocolate chip cookie OG, definitely going to Crumbl. Here we go. So we got the oatmeal raisin from Insomnia. Now I love oatmeal cookies, so let's see how they put this one together. That is a really good oatmeal raisin cookie. Good sweetness, fresh raisins. I get that oatmeal cookie spices, a little cinnamon. Yeah, this is definitely a winner here. You know, my dad and some of my family members, they make really, really good cookies. And they'll make a really good oatmeal raisin cookie. And it tastes just like that. When a store brings you the flavor of home to like a really good home-baked cookie, I'd say that's a winner. So here we're gonna try one of Crumbl's specialty cookies this week. It's called Mom's Recipe. And this is an oatmeal-based cookie with semi-sweet chocolate chips, bits of toffee, sea salt, and some peanut butter chips in there. So this has got a little bit more going on here. Definitely a thick cookie here, much bigger. But all right, let's see how this one compares to that oatmeal cookie. Very different. One needs some milk. The most significant thing about this cookie, or the difference, is the sweetness level is insanely less sweet on this. Now, while that cookie is certainly more complex, and I've had some other oatmeal-based cookies from Crumbl, and they all offer something a little bit different. But I have to say, for just like a straight-up oatmeal raisin cookie that kind of brings you back to what maybe your mom made for you as a kid, that one absolutely delivers that. Here, these are offering more depth, more complexity, whole different variety, different takes on oatmeal cookies. But I haven't really had one from Crumbl that kind of hits that old sweet spot of just a good sweet oatmeal raisin cookie. So on the oatmeal side, I'm gonna have to give that one to Insomnia. So now we're gonna try their white chocolate macadamia. So let's try this one here. Ooh, that does have a very buttery, sweet flavor, which is exactly what I want from a white chocolate macadamia cookie. Yeah, this cookie, absolute winner here. A lot of these cookies, they're good. The base is really the same. You're kind of getting that same base flavor, again, which is okay. You know, they stick to what they do, and they do it well. Let's jump over here. I grabbed me one of their special cookies here, lemon cheesecake. It's a buttery graham cracker cookie with lemon cheese, lemon cream cheese frosting, and some lemon curd on top. And then some graham sprinkled on the top. Quite a complex cookie. All right. That's just wild. The cookie, very different from either one of those. And of course, cream cheese frosting, lemon curd on the top. I mean, there's so much going on, so much flavor and so different from the other cookies. Incredible. Absolutely fabulous. And again, the variety, the difference between the cookies is tremendous. Where here I don't get not a whole lot of difference with the cookies. Like I said, their base cookies are very similar, but done very well. So let's try their kind of classic peanut butter cookie. So, all right. It's a solid peanut butter cookie. Very similar to the other cookies, just with peanut butter instead of, say, chocolate chips or other things. This is quite sweet for a peanut butter cookie, which I'm okay with. Now, let us evaluate this like adults here. If there's a debate of this kind, obviously they both make excellent cookies. Anybody that comes out on one side and says, oh man, Crumbl's trash compared to Insomnia, get out of my face, man. Like, I understand loyalty runs deep. It's like, you know, where I live, ASU versus U of A. If you love one, you have to hate the other. I get it. I can acknowledge the fact that they're both amazing cookies. Not displaying any loyalty to one or the other. I want to evaluate it as unbiased as possible. Let me start with Insomnia cookies. They have a very much nostalgic, bring you back to mom's kitchen when you were a kid, having just a good, freshly baked cookie coming right out of the oven. You know, nothing wildly different about it, nothing that's like, oh my gosh, I've never had a cookie like this before. You have bigger variety of cookies, but they all kind of have their similarities in there. So very, very good. Now, Crumbl cookie is really a different animal altogether. The OG chocolate chip cookie, untouchable, the best chocolate chip cookie I've had by a mile. And again, it has a very unique chocolate chip cookie flavor. Some people don't like it for whatever reason. I'm not one of those people. The other thing about Crumbl is each cookie in and of itself is a completely different base of cookie, different experience, different flavor. They got all kinds of wild stuff. Now, you never know what to expect come week to week, but that kind of makes the fun of it. The cookies, they just deliver a unique experience every single week. Again, they both have their pros and cons. They're both different. I just have to say, on a day-to-day basis, I come home and I just want a cookie. There's no question about it. Crumbl's going to be the winner. For flavor and overall just deliciousness of cookies, victory goes to Crumbl. There you have it. Crumbl taking 3 of the 4 categories, but they are taking the most important one, which is the flavor. So that is my opinion on it. I'm quite certain that there's a lot of people out there that are going to disagree with me entirely. That's totally fine. Just don't forget that my opinion is more valuable than yours. Just kidding. Hey, that's the beauty of it. You got 2 amazing companies that make completely different cookies, and you have your pick at picking whatever you want. There may be days I feel like I want to have some Insomnia cookies. Well, that's an option. So it's just great to have that variety, and I always love to hear people's opinions about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you found the information useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.